Okay, here we go then. The last race of the day, it's all to play for. Race 2, it all comes down to the next 14 laps. And away they go. Now, and there's Darren spinning out as well. Darren, there's contact there, push Kieran wide. Oh, but he's gone off. What's going on? Shane's also there in the BMW. Oh, nearly loses it. Kieran's going to have to slow down. No, he's gone too much. It's Josh here, and he is leading. This is fantastic for Josh. Oh, a bit of a luck tap. And Josh, oh my God, who's going to take it? I think it's Darren. I think it's going to be Rob. Rob gets it. He's actually on the grass. This isn't good for Tom. And he's made the move. Look at that. Through Eau Rouge. Oh, that's Mike. Mike's gone off. Oh, Craig sideways. Big time. Is it going to be enough? No, Sam takes it and takes the title ahead of Tom. Welcome to the second one-make race of the FeckWrest Touring Car Championship. This is an ode to the Goodwood revival historical races that normally happen once a year, and everyone is in a stock standard Mini with just the anti-roll bars adjusted for this particular circuit. In the entry list then, pretty much everyone has arrived here who actually raced at the standard tours. The only ones who have decided not to enter is Josh Hardy and Harry. Of course, Harry had some issues, technical issues, so was unable to race. Let's have a little look at the grid for the race then. The setup for the grid here for the one-make Mini Cooper race is the reverse championship standings, which means Chris Hensby is on pole position in the standard red and white Mini. Next to him is Gary Black in the black and red Texaco inspired livery. On row 2 we've got Stephen Heath in the blue, bright green and white Mini. Next to him is Rob Pellett in the green and the purple. Sam Parker is next in row 3 with the standard red and white, with Tom Foster in the STP blue, white and red livery. Mike Kuipers has gone with a John Player Special black and gold livery, and Mark Nicol has gone for his Red Bull touring car inspired livery. Row 5 we've got Darren Parker in a Pertec inspired livery. Next to him of course is Craig Killett in a bright green livery, and Joe Burrows unfortunately at the back of the grid with a Mad Panda Motorsport livery. Here we go then. The Minis are ready to get underway. 11 laps round this circuit. Much slower, but be prepared for some close racing action. It's a poor start for Rob, it looks like, as he just doesn't get the right start he needs. And as you can see, the difference between these and the Tourers. On board with Mike in the John Player Special. A little bit of contact there with Tom. So Chris still leading. Darren's got a run on Mike here. Looking pretty good. Look how close the cars get together. And it's a four-way for the lead now as Heafy goes in for the lead, and that's someone who's off already. I think that was Darren, but the lead is still close here. Stephen Heath is leading. Let's watch what happened between Mark and Mike here at mid-pack. A little bit of contact, pushes them wide, and then Mark unfortunately just loses the grip, spins round in the grass. On board with Mark, you can see the racing was close, but then it was just a bit too much contact here that's pushed Mike wide, and then yeah, Mark spins. Look at that, all the Minis are close together. On board with Tom. And Tom's got a great run. He could take the lead here. but he's got a wide turn. Two wheels are on the grass. He holds back, and there's contact between Heathy and Sam and Craig. Look at Craig, and they all go into the chicane, and Craig's gone into the wall. So Craig is out of the running for the lead. So Heathy still somehow keeps the lead ahead of Sam. Tom is in third, or now fourth, because Darren's gone ahead and everyone else has got great runs. There's Rob. Now contact there with Darren. Contact again. Sam now went from second down all the way down to seventh. Ranksman up to fourth. Oh, look at that, two wheels for Tom. These minis are known for tipping over fairly easily. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between Tom and Joe. There's Heathy running wide as well. Look how close it is for the fight, and everyone has had a piece of taking the lead. It's now Rob on board with Gary. Look how slow these things look when you're inside, but still real close action. You can get so close because they're so small and much slower. Oh, look at that, that's a great move by Gary. So Gary pushes Darren wide, and there's Joe and Sam and Heathy running wide a little bit there. So Gary in second and has actually got away from Darren in third. Sam is behind Darren. Rob comfortably leading, with Gary doing well in second. Tom down in fifth, and Gary looks like he's got a good run on Rob, and he does, and actually takes the lead of this race. So Gary Black is in the lead in his mini. So Texaco is in first. So as we look further down, Darren's in third, Sam's in fourth, Heathy fifth, Tom into sixth. So Tom's dropped off behind Heathy a bit. But Heathy's gone wide. The two going to go into it together. No, they're not. Tom holds back. There is the Mad Panda Motorsport, of course, of Joe. And Joe, oh, contact between Joe and Heathy there. There's Mike, who seems to be struggling a little bit in the Mini. And Chris in 9th. And there's Craig, who's down in 10th. So Craig's having fun. Nowhere near where he's normally expected. There's Mark. Mark is down to 11th, sorry. So Heathy's on the back of Tom here, on board with Tom. And Heathy's got a good run. Could he get up on the inside? There he is. He does, he's got him. Up on two wheels again for Tom. And they're both on the grass. Mini cross it's turning into now. We've got Tom nearly going up on two wheels again. And look at the lead that Rob's got now, so Rob is comfortably in the lead. Yeah, this race between Heathy and Tom is still raging on. We're coming up to lap 5 of 11. And again, Tom and Heathy into that chicane together. Oh, both of them hit the wall. And there is Joe again coming up very, very fast. But this time Joe gets the run past Heathy. So Heathy's not able to stop him. So on board with Tom again. Here comes Joe in the chrome Mad Panda livery. Tom's got a good run on Joe here. And the two go side by side into the next corner. Bit of a push there. And the suspension on Joe's Mad Panda livery looking a little bit suspiciously lower than the rest. And I don't think it's the only one. And there's Heathy going off on the grass again. There's a race here between Mike, Chris and Craig. There's Mike up to his usual antics, drifting. So he's got his gears wrong there, so that little battle was going on. Joe's on the back of Tom here, so Tom's got back ahead of Joe. So there's actioners watching Tom going up on two wheels again. And who's that up ahead? That's Sam going slowly into there. Oh, contact. So now the three of them are on the run up to the start straight finish. Start finish straight, sorry. And that is someone. Oh, there's Craig. So what's happened to Craig? Well, we can find out. Let's have a little look at a replay, find out what happened to Craig there as he went off and somehow got stuck in. So let's watch and find out what happened to Craig. He got Stuffer behind him, and I think Craig's just lost it on the grass. Oh, it's actually hit Chris, and Chris goes into the tyre wall and Craig hits the concrete wall. Let's watch it from the interior view here of Craig, as there, just there, that's where he catches the grass. Contact with Chris into the concrete, and as you see here, this is where Craig can't make his mind up on how to get out of this, trying to get back onto the track, but decides to go through. So this is Sam pushing Tom now for fourth. So it's fantastic close racing. So Tom up on two wheels again. No, not this time. So Tom trying to keep his fourth, but he's not able to do it. Sam gets ahead. Heathy's just behind. And Heathy's got a good run up on the side of Sam here, so Heathy could get up into fifth as well, push Sam down to sixth. Joe's not too far behind. So more great close action racing. Oh, they've gone wide as they go into the chicane again. So for the lead, Rob is on the back of Darren, so Darren's taking the lead then. And Rob has got a good run here, and he could potentially get past Darren if he gets on the inside here. I think he's taking him. Oh, nearly up to. Well, look at that. That was a great pass by Rob. Well, Rob's Mini looking suspiciously low as well. But luckily it's all in good fun and a bit of a troll. Just for now. Rob sponsored by Chupa Chups. So Rob still leading in that green Mini, and Rob is having a great time here up ahead with Darren, Gary in the third on his own now, and Heathy, Sam, Tom and Joe is still fighting out. And that looks to be Sam and Tom side by side yet again as they go into the next chicane. There's Tom, there's a bit of contact there. No, Tom's hit the wall, as does Heathy. It's a real shame. So Joe up to 5th. Heathy and Tom down to 6th and 7th now. And Darren on the back of Gary. So something's happened with Darren. I think Darren's made a bit of a mistake. Maybe he's run wide. The amount of speed that Darren's got in that Pertic livery, looking very smart, right on the back of Gary. Look how close they are together now. Oh, contact there. Both going to the chicane, and Darren comes out, but Gary has got a good run on Darren. It's not quite to beat. Look how close that is. Further down, there's Tom, and Heathy's unfortunately got into some trouble again with the chicane, I think. Mike on his own, whereas Chris, and unfortunately at the back here comes Rob, leader of our race on lap 9. There's Darren and Gary again, side by side. This is a great race between the two. So Gary has gapped Darren a little bit there. Sam is just ahead of Joe here. That's Tom on the grass. And you've got Heathy and Mark having a battle now, and the both of them are off. and that is Heathy who's going off into the tyre wall, and there's Craig. Whoa. There's a little bit of contact there between them. There's Chris, who's... I think he's got an issue, so he might be retiring. Here comes Mike. Oh, contact between the two. Going into the chicane again. Oh, Mike's taking it wrong. He's hit the wall. So it's going to slow them down. Tom on his own. So Joe up with Sam again. So sideways action for those minis again. Let's check out. There's Gary and Darren. So they're still fighting. Questionable racing lines from Gary across the grass. Oh, and it's nearly actually hit the wall. Oh, it's coming from there. Look at the sideways action from Joe and Sam as they go into the chicane. Look at that. You can throw the cars through. There's Tom. Craig and Mark having a bit of a fight. Oh, there's a bit of a tussle further down. So something's happened between these guys. Chris and Mike and Heathy. There's Mark and Craig going through the chicane, the preliminary time. Penultimate, sorry. So this is, again, as I say, Craig normally used to being well up ahead in front, but not to be this time. And Mark has got a great run on Craig here, look. He's got a great run, and right up behind him. This is great action between the two of these as they're fighting for the last few positions. As we look up ahead then, Darren's going to take second. No, he's not. He's going to take the win, and there is Rob. So something's happened with Rob. So Darren takes the win. Gary takes second. Rob is stationary. So Joe is going to take third. Tom's going to take fourth, as Rob's still stationary. Here comes Sam. Can you believe that Rob is completely and utterly retired just on the last corners? He can see the finish line and the checker flag from there, but Craig is going to take seventh, I believe. Sixth, yep, sixth. And there's Mark and Rob having a tussle, and actually Rob has got a car going. Still got problems, so Heathy is going to come away potentially and take ninth if Rob still struggling to get across that line. So Heathy, Chris and Mike still fighting here. Here comes Heathy into the barrier, as there's Chris, who decides to go into him as well. The results for the mini race then: Darren takes the win just ahead of Gary, Joe takes third, Tom is fourth, Sam takes 5th, Craig takes 6th, Mark takes 7th, Rob eventually takes 8th after the issues right at the finish there, Heathy takes 9th, Mike takes 10th, and Chris finishes at the back.